Hello, my name is Brianna, and today for you I have a recipe for which I was going to be using for my cultural experience. The recipe that I chose is from NHK World Dining with the Chef, which is a TV show that can be found on Create. The recipe that I found was gyudon, which is a beef rice bowl. And I'm going to be pausing here so that you can look at the recipe if you want to make it. And this beef rice bowl has thinly cut pieces of beef, naganegi, which is a long onion. I also needed to get ginger, sake, which is an alcoholic beverage. And a fun fact is that it's customary in Japan, I believe, to drink sake warm, which is quite weird to me. Another item that I needed to find at the market is mirin, which is a rice wine, which is a bit sweet, and it has also a low alcohol content. And then I needed to get ingredients to make beni shoga, which is basically pickled ginger. And for that I needed to get 2 types of vinegar, sushi vinegar and rice wine vinegar, and of course ginger. And I'm scrolling down to the directions so that you can screenshot this if you want to make this recipe at home. And I'm going to go down and show the tip for how to make the beni shoga at home. The market that I went to is located in Chino Hills, and it's called the 99 Ranch Market, which is an Asian market. And when I went there, I found that it is not a lot of different races go there, or different ethnicities go there. It's mainly Asian people in general, like Japanese, Filipino, Chinese, different people like that. And I didn't really see a lot of Mexicans or African Americans or white people. And to show you, and this is actually their website that I'm showing you right now. I wanted to show you some of the different things that they offer in here, which I can show you through their online shopping, which is interesting. You can buy food online, and then I believe they will send it to you, to your house, so that you don't have to leave your house, which is what I kind of wish I would have done, but I actually went to the store to see what it was like to be in an area where there aren't a lot of Mexicans shopping. So I'm going to show you some of the interesting things that I had found at the store itself, which they have here. And should be canned food. They also have different types of coffees and teas. One that I found interesting was a drink called a brown sugar ginger drink, which is, I don't know if that would be any good. And then I also found a sweet dates tea, which I don't really like dates, but I thought that was interesting that they offer a variety of coffees and a variety of flavors of teas, which we can't really find at stores like Ralph's or Winco. Here are some of these are the canned foods, like things that you'd see at Winco's, sardines and stuff. And here they are. Here are the things that I wanted to show. These are Kimbo Pork Foo. I looked them up to see what they were, and they are basically a dried shredded pork that they might add different flavors to, such as seaweed or different things like that. And they come in a little jar like this. I'm going to click on one so you can see it better. And another thing that I like about the website itself is that it tells you the prices of each item the prices, the weight, talks about what it is, which is very helpful if you don't know what a lot of these ingredients are. And it's also good to look at something like this before you go to the market itself, so you know what you're looking at when you're there, because they don't have these descriptions there. And then another thing I wanted to show is that they have different recipes for things that you might get there at this market. And it's not recipes like spaghetti or meatloaf. These are Asian recipes, such as braised bean curd or tofu with mushroom, which to me sounds quite good. And I had fried conch, which I don't really know what that is. I believe it is a type of shellfish. And this is let's check this recipe. This one is a dried oyster lettuce wraps, which is something I normally wouldn't make. I have made turkey and chicken lettuce wraps before, but not oysters. Okay. I'm going to be showing you the gyudon that I made. This is the gyudon that just has cilantro on top, and it's served over just white rice. And the one below talks about what I have there. I saw this gyudon is the same as the picture above, except I added the carrots, sweet peppers, and pot stickers, and some chili to it, and that's what I actually ate. I took both of them for pictures before I ate. And the dish itself is quite flavorful. It is meaty yet a little bit sweet and just a little bit spicy, because I added chili to the dish itself, which doesn't really ask for any. And it wasn't alcoholic because you have to cook it for a while so that the alcohol evaporates. And the alcohol from the sake and the mirin, that is. These were some of the items. The items that I had to find at the market were not too difficult to find. Luckily, the market itself, the big signs did tell you generally what were in the aisles. And another thing that I liked was that they have their produce in one section, their meats and seafood in another, and their canned food, snacks, and drink, and coffees and stuff in the aisles themselves. And everything was quite clean. And one thing that I really found interesting was that their produce was fresh. And I don't know if this was because they had just received a shipment the night before, but it was already Friday night, which is interesting to see that vegetables such as tomatoes and onions were fresh, that they weren't bruised or soft as if they had been sitting there for a very long time, which is normally what I personally would find Friday evenings at Winco. Their tomatoes would already be really, really soft or be growing mold. Vegetables such as asparagus would be slimy or limp. And green onions would be also, their cilantro tends to always be really, really soft and like muddy, where it looks like they're already turning bad. Whereas at the Nanang Ranch market, they had some cilantro, and their cilantro was nice. It was very crisp and dry, which is something I tend to look for in cilantro. And they also had a variety of different vegetables that you might not, different vegetables and fruits that you wouldn't find at places like Ralph's or Winco. They had fruits like, I believe, dragon fruit, which was cool to see. It's, and then most of the products that were on the aisles themselves were were Asian products, whereas they were written, their their labels were written in a different language, and some of the label was written in English, which was very helpful for someone like me who does not speak any Asian language, like Japanese, Filipino, Chinese, anything like that. Um, and one thing that I found interesting from going to the store itself is that I was able to learn that through their I guess the quality of their food there, the quality of their fresh produce, fruits, and their meats, that people from Asian countries are probably way more healthy than someone like me who tends to. So yeah, someone like me who usually shops at places that don't really offer a lot of choices in vegetables, meaning that either the vegetables themselves are not are not good, I guess you could say, or that they're too expensive. At the market that I went to, everything was reasonably priced, where I didn't feel like I was spending a ton on a couple of carrots or something such as these sweet peppers, where at Winco, the sweet peppers I've seen for about a pound of them, they can be as high as, I believe it was $5.98 one time I saw. And the cheapest they ever go to is $2.98. But now they only go to, right now, I think I went last week and they're $3.98. But at this ranch market, they don't sell them in individual bags. They just put them all in a box and you can pick which ones you want. And it was, I believe, $1.98, close to $2 for a pound. And then, of course, if you didn't want a pound or if you wanted more than a pound, you can get as many as you want. So that's what we did. And I just wanted to say that through this experience, I learned a lot from the other cultures, or Asian cultures, I guess, through their food that they had there. I learned that they are more adventurous with their food. They also tend to use a lot. If they had they used to use they I also found that they use every part of an animal, such as, like, the pig snout, pig foot, which is quite interesting because I know someone like me, I don't like eating stuff like that, but that's because I didn't grow up with it. And I believe that if you were to grow up eating things like this that other cultures eat, that we might not be as wasteful, or that we might appreciate where the food itself comes from. And this was quite interesting to learn by just going to this market and seeing how everything is run and the type of people who go there, which is interesting because I tend to not go out or tend to meet new people. So through this experience, I was able to learn about, well, just mainly the Asian culture, which is quite different from the culture that I'm used to, which is the American culture and also a bit of the Mexican culture, because I'm Mexican American, or no, American Mexican, because I'm from America first, and then I'm Mexican. Um, Overall, this experience was quite eye-opening, and I hope to go to this market again so I can make some more recipes.